TOEM is the newest charming indie game to grace consoles this coming week. Available on Nintendo Switch, Steam, and PS5, TOEM promises to take you on a photography-based adventure across multiple regions as you solve puzzles with your trusty camera. For those of you that like the gameplay loop for Bugsnax, you're going to want to pay close attention to this one. You play as a young boy starting off on their photography adventure toward the magical TOEM. It's a journey his mother did before him, and now it's his turn. With your trusty camera at your side, you venture off into town where you complete photo challenges in exchange for stamps on your community card. Trading in a completed card will earn you a bus pass to the next town on your expedition. While the actual story behind the gameplay isn't that amazing, what I did find charming were the smaller in-between stories from the NPCs in different towns. While they weren't deep by any means, the more intricate interactions like the influencers looking to get a good food gram, or the scouts just trying to complete objectives were both pretty sweet. That's just the tip of the iceberg, as there's plenty of equally goofy and heartwarming interactions like this in every town. All that led to some very fun world building that I found myself easily getting invested in. TOEM will drop you into various different locations, each with their own challenges that you have to complete with the help of your camera. As you enter a new town, the bus station worker will give you a community card for that location. It's here that you'll get a list of different challenges along with the spot for all your stamps that you can earn from completing challenges. Your card will give you a certain amount of stamps needed in order to proceed to the next area. However, there are way more challenges and objectives that you can complete on top of the needed amount. Some of these challenges will be straightforward, like taking a picture of some street art. However, some more confusing ones will be a bit more challenging to figure out until you realize that you actually had to solve a prior puzzle in order to get started on this one. Later areas will also introduce new elements that help keep things fresh. For example, a horn attachment to your camera in later sections lets you wake up or scare unsuspecting subjects. These new elements get sprinkled in every new section, along with some collectible music tracks and pieces of clothing to customize your experience. It's a fun and entertaining process that I found myself continuously spending more and more time on. As a reviewer, we usually get a game a few days early with an embargo date within the same week. We can't really soak up and enjoy the game like someone just picking it up at launch and playing it at their own speed. But I found myself attached to the gameplay loop so much that I actually wanted to work out the extra objectives because I enjoyed it that much. You can also take your time with the adventure, as you can always go back to previous objectives in prior towns to complete the full community card. Playing on Nintendo Switch, there isn't a built-in achievement system for the console, but there's one built into this game. It was a neat addition that only further helped fuel my inner completionist. TOEM is presented under a black and white color palette that keeps the presentation feeling simple but admirable. The blocky design of the environment at times makes the game feel like a tiny little diorama. I loved it. Character designs look adorable, with little creatures lurking in the background doing all kinds of random things. It was oddly adorable. I played this on Nintendo Switch for review, although this is also available on PC and PS5 and will most likely have better performances on those platforms. On Nintendo Switch at least, you can expect a 720p 60 and 900p 60 target across both handheld and dock mode respectively. For the most part, I was able to hit the frame rate target at all times. It wasn't until the last section of the game where there was an odd moment where frame rates would look like they were cut in half. I've been informed that the patch is supposed to improve the performance, but at the time of writing this review, the 1.03 version continues to have this performance issue. As for resolution, it looks sharp in some areas and blurry in others. It's not terrible, just a bit strange. It's not a performance issue. For example, our character's face always seems to look less sharp than, let's say, a nearby tree or a staircase. The outer edges of models will also look sharper than the actual textures on them, which feature some artifacts. It didn't completely ruin the presentation for me, but it did stick out at times. TOEM features a peaceful and tranquil soundtrack. It features a lot of acoustic guitar strings that set the stage for a relaxing and calming time. A lot of these tracks feel like they could belong in a Pikmin or an Animal Crossing game. Closing your eyes and hearing them, the imagery took me on a walk through a forest or perhaps at the shoreline on a sunny beach. While the game itself will no doubt put you in a good mood, I'm sure the music will equally leave a lasting impression. TOEM is one of the many good feel indie games out this year. It put a smile on my face as I journeyed through the beach, forest, and city to take on some photo challenges. The invigorating gameplay loop kept me coming back for more completionist heavy content that equally respected my time but also gave me more to do if I wanted to play for longer. Outside of some performance hiccups that might be patched out by the time this review comes out, I had a wonderful time on my journey to TOEM, and I think you will too.